What are the do's and don'ts of being a landlord? If you don't know that answer, then stick around, because today I am going to reveal the most common do's and don'ts that you need to know about in order for you to become an effective landlord. By the way, if you are new to watching any of my content, my name is Nikki Burns, and I help landlords make millions and save on average $25,000 in taxes so they can buy more real estate to expand their investment portfolio. And being that this is going to be a long video, I'm going to break this up into a two-part series where I will talk about the do's on the first part, and then I'll talk about the don'ts on the second part. So let's get started. So the first do you need to know about is do screen your tenants. What I mean by that is you have to check their background, so conduct background checks, credit checks, to see if they have any delinquencies or any bankruptcies on their account. And you also want to, 3, verify their rental history with their previous landlords. If they're a first-time renter, then they won't have a history. 4, you want to also verify their income and job history. How long have they been on the job? Are they a job hopper? Do they maintain a steady job for a certain amount of time? And what's their income level? What are they currently earning? Are they earning enough to be able to afford to cover the rent? So that's the first do you need to know about. The second do is you want to run your rental properties as a business. Now, what do I mean by that? In order to do that, you have to treat your rental properties as a business. You're in business to make a profit, not to just do this as a hobby. So you have to be organized. Have all of your records and paperwork organized and put together. So maintaining all of your documentation as far as your leases, any communications that you have with your tenants and with prospects. It's also about, 2, keeping accurate and up-to-date accounting records. If you are not keeping your books up to date and accurate, how will you know where your business stands financially? And also, part of that is to manage your cash flow correctly. How much cash flow do you have to invest in future properties? Can you afford to invest in future properties? Do you have the available funds necessary to invest in future properties? Do you have any funds saved up for future investments? Do you have enough funds saved up to pay for any expenses that you currently have for your current rentals? The third do that you need to know about is do create policies and stick to them. So when you are creating these policies, you want to hold your tenants to the same standards. You don't want to be lenient on one tenant and then make another tenant follow your policies and procedures, because that wouldn't be fair. And that is also part of the fair housing law. You have to be fair in how you treat everyone. Moving on to the fourth do, and that is getting everything in writing. Now, why do you want everything in writing? First off, it's difficult to prove verbal agreements because it's all about he say, she say. So it's a lot of hearsay. There's no way to prove that because it'll be your word against someone else's. So everything you need to have in writing. So all your communications with your tenants, all of your communications with your prospective tenants, any kind of communication as far as your leases and any service requests, any maintenance repairs, all of that. You want to have all of that documented because that is your proof in case you have to go to court regarding a specific matter. Moving on to the fifth do, and that is do know your numbers. What I mean by that is, what is your budget that you have to invest in additional rental properties? Where do you see yourself being financially in the next couple of years? What are your projected revenues that you expect to earn within the current year and the future years? What are your projected expenses that you expect to incur in the current year and the future years? What are the unexpected expenses that you could possibly incur in the current year and the future year? So you want to project all of this information. You want to know what you have available to spend what you think you may have available to spend so you can plan out your business to generate more and more profits. Now, the sixth do that you need to know about is do educate yourself on real estate laws and regulations. Now, one of the things that you can learn about is the Landlord-Tenant Rights Law. You need to know what your rights are as a landlord and what the tenant's rights are as a tenant, so you are not violating any of those rights. You also want to educate yourself on the fair housing laws, because the fair housing laws will help you to prevent yourself from getting yourself caught up in lawsuits. Because when landlords are not following these laws, that leads to lots of lawsuits. And I've heard about many cases where landlords are getting sued because they are not following the fair housing laws. Other things that you need to educate yourself on is how to operate your business. And how to operate your business, part of that would be knowing how to set up your business, knowing how to dissolve your business, meaning if you decide to close your business down, what are the steps that you need to take to do that, so you are not going to be financially responsible for any taxes because the IRS think that you may owe taxes and you made a profit and you didn't report it. Another thing that you need to know about is all the different registrations that you need to get your business up and running and off the ground successfully. So learning all of those things will help you out in the long run. Now, if you found value in this video and you want to keep yourself out of hot water and prevent yourself from being caught up in these lawsuits and being tangled up as an unorganized business and not having anything in order and never knowing when your business stands financially, and you need help with that, then click the link below to book a call with me, and I can help you to get yourself on the right track so you can increase your profits and continue to grow your business at the same time, as well as save on taxes. You know you got to do that too. So until then, I will see you guys on part 2 of this video.